I need to go dust, man. All right, guys, welcome to Rotten and the Freeman Show, man. Mr. Rotten, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and I'm ready for this conversation. This is going to be a good one.
I know you like speculation. I know you like conspiracy theories.
I do.
But this is about, you know what? I don't like dusting, much less smart dust. Smart dust is a thing that's currently in the news. What is smart dust?
Well, okay, smart dust is kind of a new thing. It's not all the way out in the press yet, but this is what I've learned. So Forbes says, imagine a world where wireless devices are as small as a grain of salt. These miniaturized devices are sensors, cameras, and communication mechanisms to transmit data they collect back to a base in order to process. So it's basically micro electromagnetic devices, right? They're called they're called memes. This is the new memes term. And I love conspiracy theory. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm entertained wholeheartedly by all the conspiracies that go around.
Yeah.
Smart dust is one of those things to where they want to get approval to send out smart dust for good and bad things. There's probably going to be more speculation on what is it really used for, but it says some of the good things: it can monitor crops and corrosion and equipment, wireless monitoring of people for security purposes, and many more. And some of the bad things are obviously the privacy concerns and how do you retrieve them. So say the government puts out a bunch of smart dust, right? They dump it from a plane, or they put it in a ceiling fan and it blows out to gather data over a certain place. It takes your privacy away, and it sounds kind of Star Trek-y, like who's going to believe this? But if you look it up, smart dust it's a real thing. They have the ability with nanotechnology. It's little teeny tiny robots. Say smart dust was put in women's makeup or something to help them feel more vibrant or to have better looking skin or something like that. The same technology would go out for monitoring what you do all day long. So it's a more efficient way than having cell phones and cameras on cell phones to kind of monitor what you're doing all day. So I don't know what the total application of this would be other than to just push forward with new technology. But like I've said a million times in the past, once it's for consumers, the military's already got it perfected. So I think they've probably been using smart dust. But
think about it, Rod. When it comes to smart dust, people's like, well, this is how this, how that. Now, put into perspective, smart dust, which is visible to the eye, let's say the iPhone. Mm-hmm. Like we were traveling to the beach a couple of days ago, and every now and then it'll say, it seems like there's a traffic jam above. Now, if smart dust was the size of iPhones, it knows all these iPhones are traveling, say at 70 miles per hour. But whenever they decrease in speed, it sends notifications, hey, there must be a traffic jam ahead. So really, smart dust, and just in cell phones alone, the tracking and everything of that is very common now. So microscopic smart dust, I'm sure that, the technology is nothing to the people that make it. But think about it, it'll say police stop reported ahead. And a lot of times I think that's due to people braking. They brake a little bit, but they continue going. So Siri calculates with Apple smart dust, hey, there must be a cop because people keep braking right here and then continue this speed, 100 feet down the way. But I think a lot of the earth is monitored by smart dust and technology ways, and it's been done for the last 10 years, 15 years through, like I said, basic cell phones, because there's a lot of data there. I doubt people saying, oh, let me bring up the app. There's a cop right here, or there's a traffic jam right here. But it's like monitoring 1,000 iPhones moving down the highway, and they're all going 10 miles per hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. There must be a wreck. So if you think of it that way, and I didn't want to bring that point up pre-show whenever we were talking about smart dust, but I think smart dust has been around for a long time, just in the palm of our hand because of the way things are monitored. I've been doing a lot, just with smart dust with iPhones, like I had to do research at work. Now on my TV, on my refrigerator in my kitchen, I am getting press break ads and videos and things like that.
Yeah.
So work's interfering with home now. But I think, it's insane to make microscopic things that have the capability pretty much of what our cell phones have been giving us for the last 15, 20 years. But to not even know what's there, to just blow it out, like you said, with an airplane, I'm sure mass producing this stuff, 10,000 grains land in a tree somewhere. Well, they can monitor trees, if they land on your house or in your house, they can hear and see. And if you look at videos on the smart dust stuff, it's there's a lot, if you ingest it, the old movie Interspace with Martin Short.
If spies go into a place and they got a little smart dust in their pocket and they wipe it underneath a table instead of a physical device that can hear inside of a room, the smart dust would act as that conduit, and you'd be able to hear things and see things based on frequency and heat signatures, and you'd be able to tell what's going on inside a room. That would be for public use. Anybody would be able to see what anybody is doing all the time. There's a bunch of sci-fi movies about that, Blade Runner and stuff like that.
Hopefully don't get me in my privacy.
What is he doing in there?
Yeah, I'll put on a show for everybody. But you got to think, if it, I imagine it's limitless on how small they can go with some of the technologies. But for a grain like that, how could you avoid it? How would you know to avoid it?
But if you put all the technology together like a cloud of information, and it blows into a room, it will attach itself to different things and be able to reflect everything that happens inside that room. A cool little topic. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 10 years with technology, but smart dust is here.
Yeah. You know what? We got to start dusting with a flamethrower. That'll solve the problem if we're worried about privacy. Mr. Rotten, man, where can people find you?
Please find me at Eddie Rotten on X and at Rotten Freeman on X, and go over to my Facebook page. It's William Hauser on Facebook, and go see my other YouTube channel, which is Camp Therapy. We do a lot of fun stuff out in the wild woods. So have fun with that. Where can people find you?
And to the blue yonder with Rotten. You can find me on x.com/FreemanDaddy5, Instagram FreemanDaddy5, and Sean Freeman, SHAWN Freeman on Facebook. Also add my page, my DJing page. I love DJing and grooving, and I can DJ for you. But you can contact me there at facebook.com/DJ Freeman Daddy. But on behalf of Mr. Rotten and myself, Mr. Freeman Daddy 5, we could call this episode of Smart Dust a total wrap. Good night, guys.